Hello, it's Burgess Taylor. And this week I'm probably not going to do like a regular coffee chat. I am still sick. And yeah, me in front of the camera is probably not going to work very well. But I wanted to do an update on how things have sort of been organically evolving. I've had a few different sketchbooks, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use a regular sketchbook this go around. But I had this one, which is a field artist. It's a square. It's 200 GSM, and it is watercolor. But I like to start a sketchbook with some kind of thing that makes me happy and some kind of supply thing. I thought, since I'm doing the Artist for All series, and since it's my depth year and I want to use the things that I have, and I want to really soon, I think next Friday, I'm going to do a video where I show a minimal what I would take with me. If I could only choose the minimal supplies, what I would take with me. So I drew a minimal amount of supplies. Now this doesn't include the scissors and things like that, but I wanted to do something cute. And I didn't take myself too seriously with this. I drew with pen. I did not draw with pencil, and I did my quote without writing lines or anything. I found this quote and it made me happy, so I did the quote. I like this paper a lot. It is got a tiny bit of texture to the one side. This back side, this side has a tiny bit of texture, and then it's got a little tooth to it. My goal is this coming Friday to take an artist date. To take myself sometime this coming week, but hopefully by Friday. Friday's the actual date that I have to do it by. Get a cup of Starbucks and go do some plein air or urban sketching. This is probably going to end up more of a nature kind of sketchbook. Not positive, but. So now we're going to talk about some of the things that have organically changed. This hasn't changed really. I have been doing journaling in it. All my journals are creative, but this is what I'm calling my artist journal. I was really inspired to do this by Samantha Dion Baker's Draw Your Day book, and then this was the weekend. I started watching the Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by KonMari Method. I started watching it on Netflix. I got through 3 episodes, but I've also got the audiobook. I got a credit for an audiobook, and I used it to get this book. And this is the Scribbles That Matter. David did laundry. I swept. David did the dishes. My cold medicine, which is, yeah. I switched cold medicines. The ones I was taking are yellow. They were yellow. Now I'm taking these ones that are like a purple, reddish color. I did this. I really enjoyed doing this. This was so much fun. So that's what this is. And as I film this, it's Sunday evening. So I will be doing Mondays. Sometimes it's a 2-day spread. Sometimes it's a 1-day spread. It really just depends on what I'm doing and my mood. But I'm trying to draw ordinary things from my day, my regular day, and then sometimes, you know, having a bit of fun with different things. So that's how that one's going. My Hobonichi has done a tiny bit of evolving. I did switch some things around. So I put the second part of the AVEC, the Hobonichi AVEC here, mostly for future planning in case I need to. And then so far I'm doing okay with the tracking of the regular things. That was December. I'm leaving this open to do things if I need to. I haven't quite figured everything out for this, but I will. That I could use this for video scheduling, and I thought that might work better. This is the weekly. This was this past week right here. Today I got some things done for Patreon, and yesterday actually was my day off. And I didn't go grocery shopping. This is getting moved to Monday. And this was rest day. And then this is this week. and I used a little bit of stickers, and then I used a little tiny bit of my kind of lettering because I'm not really good at lettering. And then I've had a little bit of fun. I'm going to go in with probably my mild liners, but I wanted to make sure it was dry really quick to color in this and to color in this, because this would be purple, just to kind of show you so I can kind of keep up, because I have the two different YouTube channels. This just adds a little bit of color. It makes it really easy to see what I'm doing where. And there should be, oh, here we go. That makes it easy. I'm really enjoying this. So see, I am doing the KonMari method. I actually went through my whole dresser this evening, and I have 3/4 of a bag of clothes to donate. Tomorrow I'm hoping to get through the closet that my clothes are in, and to go through my clothes and my shoes in that closet. Now, since I'm sick, I couldn't do all of it at one time, so I chose sections of it to do. So I'm doing sections every day. I also, this week, am going to do the kitchen and the dining room. I may not be able to do the whole kitchen by myself because David's working days all this week, so I'm going to start with the dining room and a few of the like small appliances, and then like the mixer and things like that. So a few months ago, David broke I think it's the Magic Bullet or the Ninja Bullet or whatever it is that you do. It's the personal size one. David broke that. He had gotten it for me for Christmas a couple of years ago, and then he broke it a few months ago. Well, the other day, I was making us some smoothies, and I ended up shorting my blender. So I have neither one of them now. So I've got to find a new blender, or something that will work as a blender slash a magic bullet kind of thing that will do smoothies. So I'm also going to do the regular closet, my closet in this room, and that's why it says my room. And then I want to get underneath the bathroom cabinets and stuff, and on the counters, the medicine cabinet, that kind of thing. I want to KonMari the linen closet. Saturday is just a clean day. I don't know if I'll be KonMariing anything unless David is helping me, because I also will be grocery shopping. And then sometime over the weekend, I want to finish the kitchen while David is off so I can get him to help me, and then the laundry area. So my goal is to get quite a few things done with the KonMari method. I love that show on Netflix. It's been really inspirational for me so far, and listening to the audiobook while I did some of this. I didn't film it because I actually sat on the couch with my pens. I used the different sizes with these and did this and had the little stickers, and these are just pieces of post-it notes. I wanted a few things to kind of stand out, and this is just to remind me, hey, you need to take pics, because I do. I need to take pictures. I need to post pictures to Instagram and stuff, and I need to finish some damn blog posts. I will get to it. It's just being sick. Oh my God, I'm doing good to have done what I've done. So I'm not pressuring myself or trying to beat myself up because I haven't gotten things done. I just wrote them down again, and hopefully I will get to some of the things. I didn't get to this. I didn't get to that. There were quite a few things I didn't get to because I was sick, and that's okay. So it's a whole new week coming, and I'm giving myself a day off, and I have some things planned. We have a date night, a movie night. I don't know when. Hopefully we're going to visit my mom this coming weekend and David's parents this coming weekend. We got to split some things up. So one or the other we will be doing. And then we get back here, and I have been doing a lot of like little doodling sketch notes kind of thing. However, today I didn't really do sketch notes in here. I actually just wrote out some things so that I could get a few things done. I'm not pressuring myself to do the doodles. I do them when I want to do them, or I don't do them. So both of these got done. I'm doing this right now. I don't need the voiceover though, because I'm trying to do that this way. Because I had to wait for the medicine to kick in, and I didn't want to wait too late to get this done because I need to post it, edit it, get it uploaded and schedule it for in the morning because I have some things I have to do tomorrow that are outside of the house. So I have my little list right here, and I have a little post-it note, a little coffee post-it note for just in case I need to do something. I can, if I remember something, I write it down. I can put this, because this is going with me, I can put this in there for here, and I have that. One of the things I don't have in here that I want to do is make myself, this is a horror wing. I didn't know that, y'all. Okay, so one of the things I want is to have a little, like a little notebook. It could be lined, it could be whatever, blank, I don't care. It just needs, I need to make myself a little notebook to slide in here so that I can have paper for things like a grocery list. But anyway, so I can stick this right here or somewhere if I need to, and it can go with me. Because like I said, I have some things I have to do outside of the house tomorrow. Because I've been sick, I did do this, it's cute, really done much with this. I haven't really written in it. I'm not worrying about it. I will go back in and fill in a few things because I have some steps input, and then I will probably doodle that I was sick. Do some kind of like little sick monster or something right here and do a little thing, and then just fill in a couple of little notes with like my steps or whatever. David and I went on a dinner date, and this was rescheduled again. So I'm not going to pressure myself to do, I don't need to do, this is for self-care. These are for notes and stuff about it, and being sick for the last few weeks, there's not a whole lot to put in this right now because my steps are minimal because I've been sick. So I'm taking medicine, doctor's appointments, that kind of thing. I'm putting the stuff in there that's important, and then I will do a little bit of doodling or whatever. So now let's get to the scribbles that matter, because these two are actually what's changed the most. So in this one, this is my idea notebook. It's where I write down ideas, research, information, where I plan out things for coffee chats, any kind of information that I need to know. If you've ever watched Dee Dee Willingham's Idea Society thing, I'm probably going to end up putting tabs on this, but right now, or I'm using the index. Right now I haven't really done much because I just kind of started it. This was going to be the coffee chat that I was going to do last week. I didn't do it because I was sick. And this is not really a coffee chat. This is an update. The goal setting stuff, and I talked about it a little bit. And then these are my collections. That's not changed. I did, however, take the scribbles that matter out of here and put this in here. And I like, because this feels like the colder months, and this feels like the warmer months. So I like that. Then we have this. And this is what I was using for the creative journaling sessions. However, I still am doing a bit of creative journaling in it. But between this and the B6, I have a lot of journals that I work in. I eventually am going to end up working in I'm going to be narrowing some things down, but I said I wasn't really going to do the bullet journal thing. Oh, I need to draw my doodle. We did go to the grocery store, but we didn't get all of the groceries, just got a couple of things, so I need to go back to the grocery store. So anyway, I've actually been keeping up with my little personal log. So this is where I was at, I think, back here when I last showed this. I think maybe these. So I did I turned the medicine thing, cut that out, put my hair there. And then this was Friday's page. I had to get minutes from my phone. I was doing some Google research, checking out some things. So, like I said, from that telephone bill, I actually used that. I did some laundry. I actually was reading a book while I was doing some laundry. I drew that. I had a cat. I drew a cat. And it didn't work out so well. And the only thing that I had close was a little fox sticker, so I did that. For some reason, my dynamo, I don't know if I'm not pressing hard enough with some of it, but it's supposed to say time to write. and it does not. This is a post-it note I've had that came from my daughter for a really long time, and it was up on my corkboard. Well, I took it down and put it in here. I redid some of the stuff for the tiers on Patreon. I'm waiting for some of my patrons to get back to me before I finalize things. And this is one of the pictures that I have for up on Patreon. These are the planners and journals and stuff that I'm using for 2019. And this is Mr. Victor out with his mom on a little coffee date. He has a milkshake, I'm sure, and a muffin. My daughter had what looks like either coffee or hot chocolate and a muffin. My daughter invited me to go Saturday morning, but I was so ill, y'all. I actually slept in. My ears are hurting. My throat is hurting. I did some voiceover stuff for Patreon, and I was coughing. Yeah, and the medicine's starting to kick in, so I'm actually getting tired, so I want to get this done before I fall asleep. And then this was today's page. And this came in a long while back, August of 2018. I think this came in with Ipsy. And selfie with no filter, confidence level. And so that was a measure of confidence, and I'm actually feeling much more confident. So this was taken it's a snapshot from a video I was doing for Patreon. I'm reading the Save the Cat Writes a Novel, and I'm reading the Marie Kondo, the KonMari method, the magic of tidying up. So I'm reading a couple of different kinds of books, and I'm chronicling things in here. Now, someone posted a post on Facebook in my group, and it had to do with intuition, and that's my word for this year, and I wrote it down. These are some rapid logging stuff, where the free credit on Audible, and the book that I got, and watching it on Netflix. Filofax Clipbook, which I was inspired by D.D. Willingham's Society of Ideas and James Burke's Sketchbook Planner to use my Filofax Clipbook for something specific. Then I saw a video by Miss Vicky B on her Patreon page how she actually decorated her Filofax Clipbook because it had, I guess, a stain on it, and she painted it with Posca markers. Well, I don't have Posca markers, but I am going to paint some poppies on mine, like the field of poppies from the Wizard of Oz. So this is the dresser, like a dresser drawer with clothes coming out of it, because that was the thing I KonMari today. So I'm feeling much more confident. I might not feel physically well yet, but I am feeling more confident about doing my own thing, everything. So I decided to do some bullet journaling based on Ryder Carroll's bullet journal method. There's a difference between planning and bullet journaling, and I'm doing my planning in the Hobonichi, but I'm doing my bullet journaling, I think, in here. So I've set some things up for Monday already. This was postage that came on some Happy Mail, the same Happy Mail that this stuff came from. But I saved the envelopes because I wanted to get the stamps off of them. I could have put them back here on the day that I got that, but I had different plans for those pages. The reason I have this is because when I did this tree, I used the Crayola Super Tips and the Tombos. Well, this is what happened with the Scribbles That Matter. It bled through, and it bled through to this page. So I wanted to show y'all how to sort of fix a mistake. So I used this washi tape that looks like compasses. It's kind of a nautical. It's got a telescope and a compass and a globe and all kinds of fun looking stuff. It looks very steampunk to me. So I used this in my what looks like world map washi tape, and then what looks like my wood grain washi tape, and I did these stamps that came from other places, which is really cool. I used to collect stamps when I was a little kid. So I have a post-it note here for something in case I need it. I'm a big fan of post-it notes, and I love my coffee ones. John sent me these in Happy Mail, and I love them. I get them out, and then I put them back up for a little while, and then I'll get them out, and then I'll put them back up for a little while. I like to savor them, I guess. I went ahead and done my to-do list and started out with little notes. Like this week, David's working days. Last week, he was working nights. At the end of the week, he was working nights. So I kind of try to keep up with his schedule. Some notes about some things I want to do. These are regular things, my working day. And then this is some of the home stuff and my personal stuff that I'd like to get done today. And then I will be doing the rapid logging for the rest of the day here. I have a place for another note. That's what I'm working on. And then I will do like journaling. A quote, anything that I see or hear or read or notice, something from a book, anything like that, I'm actually putting here. Now, if it's super specific, if it's more than a sentence or two, or like with this one, this ended up being a little paragraph. And I'm okay with that. This is some journaling. I'm okay with that if it's a little bit. This was the thing, and this was what she called it, the Holy Trinity of story. Plot, structure, and character transformations. That's the Holy Trinity of stories. So I put that there because that's not a whole lot. That's just a little bit. But where I actually take notes for these things, not just little ideas or snippets, is in this here where all my notes go. Research and things. It's probably kind of my commonplace though. I could do it in here, but if I start taking notes about books and stuff like that, they will take up all the pages in here. Now I have another Scribbles That Matter notebook, and it's just like this white one. I have debated on using it for the notes instead and keeping this for coffee chats and stuff like that, and actually using the other Scribbles That Matter for note-taking, writing, all of that. Haven't made up my mind because I've already got so many journals going that I don't want to get yet another one out. I don't want to do that. I think I'm just going to do that in here, and then if it looks like I'm going through it too much, like if I finish it too soon, then I will use the Scribbles That Matter. I can do more notes. I can put little things in here. I could actually put a couple of pictures in here if I wanted. I've left myself some room to kind of capture the week as it goes, along with the day. Now I might, in a different colored ink, write some notes over to the side. If it has to do with more of the weekly things, so like this is stuff that, like around here, if I get halfway through the day on Monday, or 3/4 of the way through the day on Monday, and I realize that some of this stuff needs to be migrated, I can write notes to myself in a different ink color, like in blue or something, over to the side so that I know what I'm doing. And then I have a section for regular notes for my planning for the next week where I can look back and go, oh, okay. I like how I have things so far. These are the things that have changed. My A6 hasn't changed. I'm still doing personal reflection journaling in that. That's definitely more like for more personal stuff. And I think the reason that I have actually gone back to this, which I like putting the pictures on these pages. I like adding the pictures to these pages and doing this kind of ephemera and journaling because this paper is great for this kind of journaling. I do okay with a little bit of watercolor, but I've noticed when it's a little doodle, when it's something that's not real big. But it depends. These kind of things did okay. This one not as much. You can tell the little tiny things it does okay with. This did okay because I was pretty careful with it, but not so much on the side because, yeah, you can see where it kind of bled through a bit. And this is 2 pages stuck together because this bled pretty bad. I think if I'm going to do this kind of bullet journaling when this notebook is finished, if I'm going to continue doing what I consider to be a creative bullet journal, I will actually use probably this micro dot or the Enigma. And I will make sure I don't get a B grade so I can actually see the dots. Some people have complained about this micro dot because they don't like the circle inside the circle thing or whatever. I actually like, and I loved the cross field, but I'm loving this. I can see the dots really well, especially with the pencil board right behind it. It makes sense to me. I don't have any trouble with it. I can actually see them. The paper's the same. It's just this is dots instead of the little blue crosses. But I'm not having any issues with it. And as you can see, once you start writing, not a big deal. And I love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. what I may end up doing as I complete journals, because see, you can see, look at this. I don't mind that though. I don't like that the paint got all over this, but I'm okay actually with it. I mean, it's not super big deal. And normally back in the day, I would have glued these two pages together because it bled so bad through this. But I really wanted, I was thinking about that. And that's where this confidence thing came in. Is that, you know, mistakes happen. But, it's like Bob Ross said, there are no mistakes, there are only happy accidents. So why not make the most and do something a bit different and challenge myself to kind of figure out how to sort of fix things that happen like that, so I'm not wasting my paper or pages. I love adding bits of real life ephemera like this. Stamps that came on Happy Mail, y'all. That's like awesome. I'm finally using up something that I got in the mail from a long time ago. A post-it note that my daughter wrote me years ago. That's probably 8 years ago. So I didn't color that in. This was the full moon, Saturday. We finally had some sunny days, y'all. Finally. It's been raining here and I've been sick. That's just been sunshine. That's me grinning and bearing it because I'm really not feeling all that great at all. But I love this picture of Victor with his mom. You know, I love that. So I'm enjoying myself. It is definitely a creative journal, a creative bullet journal. I wasn't going to do the bullet journal, but the more I got to thinking about it, the more I really want to practice Ryder Carroll's method. And now maybe I'm adding a little bit of artistic flair, a Burgess flair to it with my trees everywhere, y'all. But that's okay. It's the rapid logging thing that I'm really trying to get the hang of, and like having a notebook sitting on a desk where I can throw washi tape in it, throw paper on it, throw real life ephemera pictures in it. I do like this picture. I do like this paper, especially for this kind of journaling. I really do. I do like the paper. And like I said, it depends on how much watercolor. You got to be careful with it when you're adding the watercolor. I don't know though. I may end up, depending on how things go, switching everything to here. Going back to sort of an Omni journal. Since I have the Hobonichi, that might be something I could actually pull off as the months go by and then fill this up, you know, as I fill this up. And then at the end, I do like how the paper crinkles though. You just got to be careful because see, it depends on the watercolor too, whether it bleeds. I'm just letting them kind of go organically. They're going to be whatever they're going to be. I'm not beating myself up over it anymore or sweating the small stuff because I like the journals. I like having things for certain things and then things that are combined and stuff like that. So that's it for me, y'all. I hope that you have a good one. I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I love how that turned out. Love how that turned out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye, y'all.